The Abhishekam or bathing with holy water is performed at 3 a.m. in the morning. Swamiji sits cross-legged inside the shrine in front of the idol, leaning on it. He then performs Abhisheka on his chest, being in oneness with the universal being. He is here closely following the practice of his Guru. Each movement made by Swamiji synchronizes perfectly with the narration of events in the holy text of Ramayana. At the point signifying the arrival of Sri Rama at Nandigrama, Swamiji enters the mandapam. Sri Rama's journey then to Alakapuri to pay obeisance to sage Vasishtha coincides with Swamiji's puja at Gurupada's shrine. Just as sage Vasishtha asked Sri Ram to be seated, Swamiji too takes his seat before the picture of his Guru. Emerging from the shrine with a graceful smile on his face, Swamiji listens to the request made by the relatives and others to Lord Rama to protect Ayodhya. Arriving at the shrine of Sri Rama, Swamiji performs Atma Pradakshina. As he sits on the steps, the mudras and gestures of Swamiji reveal the sequence of events being recited. At the point of coronation, Swamiji sits cross-legged on the ankle of his folded legs. He then puts on the specially prepared white garland made of fresh jasmine flowers around his neck. When the Pattabhishekam portion is recited, Swamiji performs Abhisheka on himself. Having reached the Atma Rama state, Swamiji's appearance now undergoes a great transformation. What the onlooker sees then is the royal splendor and dignity of Lord Rama himself. It is one of the rarest of rare moments, the imperishable, invaluable and most auspicious moment of Abhisheka.
After Abhisheka, taking the camphor lamp in his left palm, Swamiji showers flowers on himself as the lines describing the Pushpa Vrishti of the celestial beings are read out. As the reader comes to the portion of Sita Devi offering Sri Hanuman the priceless necklace, a sudden change of expression comes over Swamiji. We now see before us Lord Anjaneya himself. The thronging devotees visualize the scene of Hanuman bidding farewell to the Lord to go to Himalayas for tapas. The Abhisheka is complete. With Karpura Deepam in the left hand, Swamiji then goes to every devotee standing around and puts vibhuti on every forehead. Returning to the steps once again, Swamiji sits distributing the sweet payasam offering that symbolizes distribution of gifts by Sri Ramachandra after his Pattabhishekam.
In these troubled times that we live in, the main malignancy underlying the human condition seems to be the disharmony and distance between one's thoughts and deeds. All good religions basically teach us ways and means to get rid of this schism in our being. It is what is good for the soul that the heart, mind and intellect must think at all times. And what thoughts emanate through such dharmic sadhana from the soul must at once be translated into good actions by our hands, legs and speech. Hey Ram is not a mantra to be uttered only at the time of one's death. As Mahatma Gandhi has himself put it, Ramanama is a matter of the heart, where speech and the mind are not in harmony with each other. Mere speech is falsehood, no more than pretense or play of words. Hanuman broke open the beads of the necklace, which Sita gave him as a gift, wanting to see whether they were inscribed with Rama's name. Some courtiers who thought themselves wise asked him why he showed disrespect to Sita's necklace. Hanuman's reply was that if the beads were not inscribed with Rama's name inside, then every necklace given to him by Sita was a burden to him. The wise courtiers thereupon smilingly asked him if Rama's name was inscribed in his heart. Hanuman drew out his knife and cutting open his chest said, "Now look inside. Tell me if you see anything else there except Rama's name." The courtiers felt ashamed. Flowers rained on Hanuman from the sky, and from that day Hanuman's name is always invoked when Rama's story is recited. Well, here is one such Hanuman. Jai Sita Ram.